What's up, guys? So, I've seen a decent amount of chatter lately about what is going to happen in Dragon Ball FighterZ after Season 2 is over. Are they going to do a Season 3? Are they going to do a Dragon Ball FighterZ 2? So I figured that I would talk about kind of what I hope that ends up happening, and my three biggest changes I would like to see in the next version of Dragon Ball FighterZ. So, I'm hoping that they don't just do a Season 3, because I think we kind of need bigger changes than will come with the scope of just a new DLC character season. I want some big system changes. I want some big overhauls to how the game works, and I think for that to happen, we're going to need a new version of the game. I don't really think we're going to see Dragon Ball FighterZ 2. I think much more likely would be something like with Guilty Gear Xrd. They released Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator, which was a DLC product that you could buy if you already own the game. Or if you didn't own the game, you could buy it as a boxed product, and it would come with everything that came before in terms of DLC. So I think it's pretty intimidating for a new player to buy a game and then realize that they're missing literally half the cast because there's been like 3 seasons of DLC. So I think we need a new boxed product for new players to buy that will contain Seasons 1 and 2, as well as the new updates that come in terms of system changes. So what are the system changes that I would like to see? So like I said, I have 3 of them, and I'm going to go through them now. Number 1, the first change I would like to see is a revamp of the assist system. So there's a few different ways they could go about this. I think kind of most likely would be if we end up with something like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and 3, where you actually have selectable assists for your character. So in this game, if you pick Goku, you get Goku assist. That's just your only option. But in a game like Marvel 2, if you pick Ryu, you can have Fireball assist, or Uppercut assist, or Hurricane Kick assist. Like, you get to pick. So I think something like that would be really cool. A concern I've seen raised with this is that there just aren't enough moves. I've heard people say that, but I don't really think that's true. And I don't think they need to resort to, like, giving every single character a Kamehameha assist. I think that would be pretty boring. It would make a lot of the teams feel really similar. There's a lot that I think they can do, stuff like Ki Blasts. A lot of characters have really unique Ki Blasts, especially characters like Krillin, or like Goku, he has an anti-air Ki Blast. That would be kind of a cool assist, right? Or maybe like a Ki Blast barrage on the ground. No one has that yet. So something like that could be cool. Or what about like a down heavy assist? We haven't seen one of those yet. Something with anti-air invincibility that comes out quickly. That could be really useful as well. We've also seen stuff like Base Goku. His assist is actually the 3rd hit of his auto combo. I could see that working with a few different characters like Yamcha. If the 3rd hit of his auto combo was an assist, that would be pretty ridiculous, but also pretty cool and interesting. So I think that there's more options there than people think. It doesn't have to just be like your basic special moves. They can go in different directions with it and really explore some kind of underused space. So also command throw assists. We haven't seen any command throw assists yet, but if someone like Goku Black, maybe if he could do this assist, that would be pretty cool. Maybe a little bit broken, but for characters like, I don't know, Base Goku, maybe that would be a little bit more balanced. So stuff like that. I think they have a lot of options, and I would love to have selectable assists. But that's not the only way to revamp the assist system. Another thing they could do is kind of like what there is in BB Tag. In Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, every character has 3 assists, and you just always have access to them. So if you press back plus assist, you get one of their assists. If you press neutral plus assist, you get another assist. And then if you press forward plus assist, you get their 3rd assist. So that, I think, is a lot harder to balance. Because you have access to all the assists at any given time, I think that makes it a lot more difficult to balance than if you just have access to 1 assist at a time. And also in BB Tag, you have to spend meter if you want to call an assist during a combo. Whereas, in this game, you can call an assist during combos for free. So I think that does end up making it so that the assists aren't overpowered in BB Tag, but I think it would be a little bit trickier in this game. Another thing I think would be really hard to balance would be like in Skullgirls. In case you don't know, in Skullgirls you can select your assist, you can customize your assist by inputting any attack with the character, including special moves, normal moves, throws, whatever you want. You can input that as your assist, and that will just be the assist. And that is obviously extremely hard to balance. because, you know, you can do lows and create kind of high-low, hard-to-block situations. You can do overheads, all kinds of crazy stuff. You can do, like, really long multi-hitting moves. So a lot of nonsense does come with that, and I think that would be really hard to implement and balance. So I doubt we're going to see that. So I wouldn't be really surprised if we see the BB tag system, but my personal preference would be something similar to Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and 3. Give us 3 selectable assists, and then that'll give us some good options, you know, because one person running, you know, Yamcha assist might want this, but another person running Yamcha assist might want, like, I don't know, a Ki Blast or whatever. Whatever other assist he might have. An anti-air. Maybe he has the anti-air Gale Claw. So then you have more team options. More characters become viable because characters with terrible assists like Krillin, maybe they can give him some other assists that will help make up for that. So that's the first thing I want changed. Revamp the assist system so that we have more team variety. Next up, number 2, a change that I would like to see is just more moves, more specials, more supers for more characters. There are some characters who I feel like their kit is really chock full of different options. Like, I think Zamasu is a good example. He's got a lot of special moves. They can be done on the ground or in the air. He's got 2 level 1s, which not a lot of characters have. He's got that one, and he's got this one, and obviously he's got a level 3 as well. So he's a character who's really chock full of options. I think Videl is another example. Videl has cool command normals. She's got a lot of different special moves, a lot of different follow-ups out of her different special move routes. She just feels like she has a lot of options open to her at any given time. Plus, her Ki Blasts just feel like special moves because they're so unique, and she has 3 different ways of using them. So those are characters who I think their kits are really well developed and chock full of options. But there are other characters like Yamcha. Yamcha feels really limited. Really, he's only got 3 special moves, right? He's got Wolfang Fist, Gale Claw, and Kamehameha. And only one of those can be done in the air. Not that I think that all characters should have all their special moves be able to be done in the air. I think it's fine for ground-oriented characters to exist. Characters like Hit would be another example, but Hit actually, to me, feels like he has a complete kit, whereas Yamcha, he just feels super limited. And he's got the same Ki Blast on the ground in the air. He can't do like crouching Ki Blast or anything. So yeah, Yamcha's kit feels very, very limited to me. He's still a good character, but his options just, he feels very linear, kind of a very one-note character because he doesn't have that many options. And obviously he's only got 2 supers. He's got the 1 level 1 and then the level 3. So characters like that, I think Super Saiyan Vegeta is another example. His kit doesn't feel particularly complete. Once again, he's only got 3 special moves, 2 supers, kind of boring stuff in my opinion. And he only really can cover like one angle of approach because these 2 special moves are like the same thing, or they're at least pretty similar. They can both be super dashed through. So yeah, anyway, I think characters like this need a little more love. I think they need to be a little bit more developed, so they feel more dynamic and fun to play. I think everyone should just have 3 supers. In my opinion, give everyone who doesn't have 2 level 1s, give them 2 level 1s. Like, why not? It'll give them more options. And the second level 1s, they tend to be able to go a little bit crazy with these because you can't Z-change into them. So they tend to be pretty wild and cool supers. Like Jiren is another example of a character with 2 level 1s. Or 17, his second level 1 is actually pretty sick. It's got invincibility and all this stuff. It'll just go through projectiles and stuff like that. But you can't Z-change into it, which is kind of the limitation. So give more characters stuff like that. Plus command normals. There's a few characters with interesting command normals. 17 is one. Cooler is one. But not very many characters have command normals. And in a game where there's no difference between like neutral jump, forward jump, backward jump normals, there's no difference between close and far normals, characters just don't have that many normals. So I think giving more command normals could be a cool way to mix up some characters' kits a little bit more. So it's a common complaint in this game, I think, that the characters all play a little bit samey. A lot of characters feel the same. And there are exceptions to that. I think Videl and Zamasu are huge exceptions. They play very unique. They're very hard to master, and you can really feel rewarded if you put in the time and effort to understand the character completely. So I just wish that every character was like that, you know? Characters who are a little bit more linear and a little bit more one note, give them some more variety so that you can play them in different ways. So that's number 2. Increase the character variety by giving them more options, especially for the characters who feel really limited right now. Alright, and third and final here, the thing I want changed is nerf Super Dash, nerf Raw Tag, and nerf Vanish. So I was kind of a defender for a long time of like, well, Super Dash isn't that good because if you bait it, you can just punish it with the down heavy. Which, I mean, that's true. Don't get me wrong. That is true. But like, if you're in the air, which a lot of this game does take place in the air, Super Dash is very, very hard to deal with because the hitbox is really big. And a lot of times it becomes very hard to bait. Like if you're close up and the opponent just like does raw Super Dash, it can be very, very hard to react. You might already be committed to an attack and then just randomly you get hit by the Super Dash and they get a combo off it. So I think the change I would like for Super Dash is add more startup, make it easier to react to, or maybe reduce the tracking a little bit. Maybe make it so that Super Dash won't always lead you exactly where the opponent is. I understand that Super Dash makes the game more engaging for beginners because they can just press the button and all of a sudden they're up close and they're ready to get, you know, the exciting part of the match happening. For them at least, that's the exciting part, is when, you know, you're close up and you're fighting. I understand that Super Dash improves the flow of the game for new players, but I think it's too strong. I'm okay with mechanics that make the game easier for new players. I'm perfectly fine with that. Like auto combo is another example. I don't have a problem with that. It's just when that option continues to kind of dominate the game at a high level, that's when it kind of becomes a problem. And Super Dash really, I think, kind of dumbs down the neutral of the game. Like Super Dash plus Yamcha or Super Dash plus like Vegeta or whatever. These strategies are just dominating neutral. Even at the highest levels, you see Super Dash plus Yamcha or Super Dash plus Adult Gohan or whatever. You see it all the damn time. So it's a little bit annoying. And that also applies to Raw Tag. This game probably has the best Raw Tag of any team game ever, other than maybe like Marvel Infinite, where you can like tag in the middle of combos and stuff. But yeah, like Raw Tag in this game is insane. Not only can you like combo with it, you can like use it in combos to, you know, bring in new characters and stuff like that. Most games don't let you do that. It's safe on block. You can combo off it on hit. Like, it comes out so fast that it's extremely hard to react to. You can do ridiculous setups where, like, you do an unsafe on block move, and then you raw tag, and you'll punish their attempt to take their turn back. So it's just way too strong, and also it slows down the matches because it's too easy to switch out. It's too easy to recharge that blue life. It's too hard to actually kill the opponent's characters when you want to. So yeah, I have a big problem with the way raw tag works in this game. I wish it was more like Marvel 2, where raw tag is extremely dangerous. You can only really do it in the most dire of situations. And then in that game, if you block a raw tag, you are extremely punishable. They can hit you with any combo they want. I don't think that has to be the case in this game. I think just slow it down so that the opponent can actually react to when you're doing raw tag a little bit more easily. Because right now, it's a really, really hard reaction, and raw tag will steal back a lot of turns. So yeah, big annoyance for me is how powerful raw tag is in this game. Pretty much no other team-based fighter has raw tags this crazy, so I would like to see that toned down. And then third is Vanish. I don't think Vanish is as big of a problem as the other two, but I just generally think that it's too strong in neutral. Like, you can Vanish and be plus on block, or you can use Vanish to extend your block strings. Like, another big complaint people have with this game is that block strings are too long, and I think Vanish has a lot to do with that. Like, even if you don't have an assist ready to extend your block string, you can do Vanish to kind of keep yourself safe. Plus, I think Vanish kind of contributes to it being hard to mix the opponent up in this game. Generally, mixing the opponent up is pretty difficult. That's a complaint that a lot of people have, that at high levels of play, so much is reactable. Like, throws are reactable, 6M is reactable. So against very skilled opponents, it's hard to open them up. And I think Vanish kind of contributes to that, because if you're doing any mix-up that isn't, like, perfectly frame tight, if the opponent has, like, of just a few frames where they're not being hit or being forced to block, they can vanish out, and then all of a sudden they're plus on block. And the only way is to intentionally leave a gap to bait it. That's the only way to punish it. So I don't think Vanish is as big of a problem as Super Dash or Raw Tag. I think Raw Tag is easily the most problematic of these three, the one that I want to see changed the most, but I'm still not a fan of Vanish. I think it's too good, and once again, like, we're talking about how one of the big issues with this game is that the characters are a little homogenous. Everybody plays pretty similar, and Vanish, Super Dash, Raw Tag, these are all options that are available to every character. You see all of these like a million times per round, and I think that contributes to the idea that, you know, all the characters play the same. Well, it's because they all can Vanish, they all can Super Dash, and they all can Raw Tag, and you just see it all the time. So I've been rambling a lot. Sorry, I don't have a script for this video. I'm kind of just going off the dome. So hopefully you're not tired of hearing me talk, but we're going to cut it there. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think? Am I crazy? Am I wrong? Are there other things that you would like to see changed? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you would like to see. And also let me know, do you want just Season 3? Do you wish they would do that instead? Or do you want a new game? So hit me up down in the comments. Let me know. Thank you for watching, as always, and I will see you in the next one.